we go.
It's got the tree in it.
Resume the recording. If you're in the chat room here with us and you want to chat or you would like to talk or ask questions during the Zoom, you are more than welcome to do that. So I'm taking the little box off of here. And what I've decided to do is we're actually going to turn this into at least a two-part class because there's so much rich information on this. So I really wanted to cover this the week of Valentine's because everybody loves flowers for Valentine's Day. Don't judge my tree up back there. This is a Valentine's tree, not a Christmas tree. Just saying.
There's flowers in it.
There's flowers in it, right? And so everybody loves to get flowers for Valentine's Day. I would say other than Mother's Day, this is the holiday where more flowers are sold in 1 week than any other time of the year. Would you agree? I think so. So everyone loves to receive flowers, but we have so many beautiful flowers, floral oils, and floral blends within doTERRA that have amazing benefits. And I feel like we don't talk about them enough because other than our first one, they're not part of the top 10 oils that we dwell on a lot. So we are going to start with everybody's favorite, and we call it the gateway oils. We'll get into that in a minute, but the rest I think will be new to you. And I really want to be able to take some time to kind of journey through that. And there, I see your face. Kind of journey through that and be able to get a good handle on what we can use them for. And I don't want to rush through that. I want to keep this class short. And I'm hoping that as we get used to Zoom that other people will hop on with us. So we'll do part 1 tonight, our Flower Power part 1 class. And we're going to cover a good solid 5 oils through this class, and then I may touch briefly on other blends, but I have more information for the first 5 oils, which are single oils that we're going to cover tonight. So as we get into that, notice that not only do we love flowers for Valentine's Day, but we also love what else? Chocolate. So if you are, joining us and you're like in your pajamas, like just getting comfy on your couch, grab your favorite drink and some Hershey's Kisses or whatever other kind of chocolate you have in the house while we talk about these florals and things that you can use them for. Ready, set, go. All right, it's not turning for me. Here we go. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about doTERRA. If you are new to doTERRA, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, let's talk about, you may just be learning what essential oils are. So why doTERRA and what are essential oils to begin with? First of all, not all oils on the market are created equal. doTERRA is what we use and love and trust, and these are some of the reasons why. When we use essential oils, when you use the standard of quality that doTERRA provides, they are 100% natural and safe. This is not true of your Walmart oils or your Bed Bath & Beyond oils or your Kohl's oils or your Amazon oils, but this is true of oils that come directly from doTERRA, are handled with such care, and I've just fallen in love with the heart of the company over the last 6 years. So essential oils are extracts from plants with amazing health benefits. We've experienced them in our home. I know many of you have experienced them in your home as well. doTERRA oils are non-GMO. They have no side effects and no additions. They are sourced from amazing places around the world where they grow naturally. And doTERRA's mission believes that every bottle of oil should benefit everyone, from the grower and the harvester and the distiller all the way to when you hold the bottle in your hand and experience its amazing benefits in your family. And so it's not just for one person, it's for everybody that partakes in the process. And so the way that doTERRA chooses to source is lifting to entire communities by providing jobs and by providing assistance like fresh, clean water and all the normal things that we take for granted within the USA, we're able to help our growers with around the world so that they can have a better standard and quality of life. So doTERRA oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. That means they're the most tested and trusted oils, and they have their full purity and potency. Nothing is added, nothing is taken away, and we get the full potency of the oils, so they work the best in our bodies because they're harvested where they grow naturally, and they're picked in a process that ensures that they're left in the ground the right amount of time, that they are harvested during the proper time of the day, that the distillation process ensures that we get the purest oils possible, so that when we're putting them on ourselves and our children and our pets, that we can trust that they're going to do what they're created to do by our creator. And so that's why so many hospitals and research facilities and educational facilities are testing and using doTERRA oils around the world right now. They're being embraced by the medical community in this beautiful synergy to give us the best healthcare possible. So they're more effective than many modern approaches to health problems. That's why we are seeing partnerships with people like St. Elizabeth's Oncology Unit at their hospital in Kentucky. doTERRA is opening a unit with them so that when patients are diagnosed with cancer and they have to go through treatments, that they have some natural solutions to support them through that process as well. Essential oils do permeate the cell, so they work on the cellular level, and they don't just give us a quick fix of our symptoms, but they permeate deep into the cells and actually support us way down at the root so that our bodies are able to be the healthiest they can be and to heal themselves as they were created to do. So they are more affordable. It's always so interesting to me when I hear people say that essential oils are expensive, because literally they're pennies per dose, because you have to use so little to be able to achieve an effect, and the effects are felt very quickly. So we are empowering moms and families with real solutions and lots of heart through doTERRA's mission. So real quickly, before we get into our specifics of oils today, I want to talk to you about the 3 ways that we can use essential oils. So when we're using oils, we can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. So how do you use an oil aromatically? Well, you can actually uncap the bottle and just smell. I have a roller ball here, but also you can uncap the bottle and just take a whiff. And as we inhale, we are positively affecting our mood. We can also put them in a diffuser to cleanse the air and affect an entire room of people and positively affect their mood. So if you have a grouchy person that you live with or work with, I'm just saying, this is a nice little tool sometimes that you can impact their mood without engaging the challenging attitude that we come across sometimes in ourselves and others. So you can also diffuse to support the respiratory system or breathe in to support the respiratory system. You can use them topically on your skin. This offers us localized benefits at the areas where we need them most. For best results, you can dilute with fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil, and that just helps it absorb into your skin better, and it helps reduce sensitivity. And it's just a really good practice to dilute by mixing in your hand and putting it on your skin, or you can mix up in roller balls ahead of time, or doTERRA also has some oils that are pre-diluted already with fractionated coconut oil for those of you who just want easy use right out of the bottle. So internally, I have my water here that I carry with me all the time. And another way that you can use doTERRA oils, if you grab a bottle and you see essential oil supplement facts on the side of that bottle, let me make sure you can see this. If an oil is marked with the essential oil supplement facts, that means that you are able to enjoy it internally if you would like, that it's safe for consumption. Oils are the standard that comes from the FDA. That means they're consumable is called GRAS, G-R-A-S. That means generally regarded as safe. And essential oils that aren't therapeutic in nature are often used to flavor food and things like that. So the FDA will label them that way, meaning they're safe to ingest. But we can also ingest them for therapeutic benefits with the recommended amounts safely in water and in veggie caps. Veggie caps are little capsules that you can pop open and put a couple of drops in, and you can take for various things. You can also take under your tongue. Now, that's not recommended for children, for adults 18 and over, because it does enter your system the fastest sublingually when you drop it under your tongue. So that's just a drop or two at a time. And most people don't start out that way. Most people start with aromatically or topically. And then as they learn more how to oil safely, they'll go into internal use for specific things that they want to address. So those are the 3 different ways that you can use essential oils. Now let's get into our floral oils. The first oil that we're going to talk about is probably, not surprisingly, what we call the gateway oil, and that is lavender. Lavender is the gateway oil because so many people, lavender is well known, and a lot of people, when you ask, what is the first oil that you ever experienced? Typically, it's either lavender or peppermint. Those oils are the 2 that seem to pop up everywhere and can be used for a variety of things. We call lavender oil the Swiss Army knife because it can be used for so many different things. In ancient times, the Egyptians and Romans used lavender for bathing, for relaxation, for cooking, as a perfume, and it's widely used still today for its calming and relaxing qualities, and that's probably what makes it most notable. Now, I'm not talking about the lavender that we find in your lavender scented Lysol or your lavender scented, help me, Kevin, unmute yourself. Where else have you seen lavender hiding? Baby lotions that are
Candles, room sprays, like Glade air fresheners, the spray you spray in the bathroom after you've done your business.
Renews it, and all of those. Yeah. Yes, those are not therapeutic grade essential oils. So because they are lavender scented, lavender, one of the best ones I saw, I think, was like a lavender Clorox cleaner or something like that, and I was like, because people see the lavender label on there, they automatically, our brains are trained to think lavender automatically means relaxation. So we buy, when we don't know any better, toxic products just because they have lavender on them, and we think they're going to relax us when we spray them. Well, most of those are synthetic lavender that are produced in a laboratory to mimic the smell of the plant. So you want to be very careful when you purchase your lavender if you want a therapeutic benefit and you want to receive the benefits that we're talking about tonight. You can use lavender to calm babies, and it's so effective, but you want to use the therapeutic grade lavender on their little sensitive skin, not put chemicals on them. And you can do that by diluting lavender down and applying it with fractionated coconut oil or your favorite unscented lotion. dōTERRA has a wonderful one. They also have baby products that are safe to use on your baby. You can make your own room sprays with lavender, and your pillow sprays, and all of those wonderful things that you've come to know and love that you see in the store and think are going to relax you, but really have no lavender in them. It's funny, a few years ago, one of the most popular essential oil labs did a test on lavender and peppermint that was sold from Walmart, and they were labeled 100% pure essential oils in the candle section. First of all, that's your first ding, ding, ding that an oil is not a therapeutic grade oil. Anyway, 100% pure, they were labeled, and upon testing, there was no plant particle of lavender in the lavender bottle and no plant particle of peppermint at all in the peppermint bottle. So know who you're buying from and know what you're getting if you're expecting to see those benefits. So lavender, this little fun fact, it takes 35 pounds of lavender flowers to produce just one 15 milliliter bottle of lavender essential oil. 35 pounds. Now, if you've ever picked lavender from your garden, you know that it is very lightweight, right? So it takes a massive amount of plant material to get to 35 pounds to make this one little bottle. And yet it's still very inexpensive, one of our most inexpensive oils to purchase. It smells delicious. So When we think of lavender, we think of all things calming. So while it calms our emotions, it also calms our skin. A lot of people think of it as a bathing oil. So here's a couple tips and tricks for lavender. You can add a few drops of lavender to your pillow just by rubbing it on the edge of your pillowcase, your bedding, or the bottoms of your feet or your children's feet at bedtime. You can put it in a spray bottle with water and just shake it up and spray either in the bathroom or in your bedroom at bedtime. It's great to keep a bottle of lavender on hand to soothe skin irritations. Now, when I say skin irritations, this can be anything from a rash or a breakout. It can be a burn, a bug bite. Some people use it for poison. Basically, anything that would be irritated in any way on your skin, lavender is very, very soothing to that. Again, you can mix it with fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil when you apply it. But anything skin related, the same thing that lavender does to soothe and relax our mind and our emotions, it also does to our skin. So that's also what makes it a great addition to bath water. Now you can pour it directly in your bath water, or I suggest to carry it a little better. We mix it with Epsom salts or with Epsom salts and baking soda, mix it in a little jar and then sprinkle in your bathtub. You can also do that to your carpet, by the way, with baking soda and a little bit of lavender if you're trying to give a little scent to the room and relaxation. A lot of people will do that to their carpet. You can apply to the temples and the back of your neck. That's a very soothing place. Just rub right here or back here when you get to that point of day where you just need to calm down a little bit. And you can, when you pour it in your hands and you do that and you're applying to your temples and the back of your neck, then just bring your hands on around and breathe in so you can experience it aromatically as well. Other places that you might want to freshen be your linen closet, your mattress, your car, the air, anywhere really, in a spray bottle. Very, very, very easy to do that. Lavender also falls under the chemical compound group known as esters, which are typically characterized for their calming properties. The main chemical components of lavender oil are linalool and linalool acetate. Essential oils that are high in linalool, including lavender, are known for their ability to reduce sad and anxious feelings. So when taken internally, in addition to putting it on your skin, you can take it internally in a capsule, and I do that frequently to support calming and cardiovascular health. It can reduce anxious feelings and can promote restful sleep as well. There was a study done a few years back when I first started learning about oils that showed that 2 drops of lavender under the tongue was equivalent in this study to a typical dosage of Ativan, which is given to patients to calm them. So it is, you can take it in a capsule, take it underneath your tongue, or apply it topically or in the diffuser. It's one of those oils, because it's marked for internal usage, that can be used any of those ways. So as an essential oil with chemical components known for calming properties, lavender can also be used to help ease feelings of tension. So if you get tense during the day, lavender is going to be your friend, kind of stuck in your purse or your bag, or keep it on your desk. Of course, when you come home, both you and your littles, it's a great way to soak in the bathtub. And we also like to use in cooking. It's one of our favorite ways to like liven up your palate in cooking a little bit. It softens citrus flavors, and it also adds a flavorful twist to marinades, baked goods, and desserts. So a couple summers ago, 2 summers ago, I believe, we were at Magnolia. We decided to go on Chip and Joe's stomping grounds, and while we were there, we visited the Magnolia Bakery, and they had a beautiful cupcake that was lemon and lavender. And so you want to tell us how the lemon and lavender cupcake tasted, Kevin?
It was amazing. It was the most amazing cupcake I'd ever tasted.
Wasn't it? It was lemon in the actual baked part,
yes.
Right?
In the cake.
And then
the lavender was in the frosting.
In the frosting, yes. Very light, wonderful. Lavender lemonade. Some people will make lavender lemonade before they go to bed at night. You can also, one of my favorites, and this is a delicious Valentine's treat if you want to mix it up for something different. If you like cheese trays with berries, we went out for Valentine's Day a couple years back, and we've created it numerous times at home since then. But a lot of cheese trays will drizzle honey down the middle for dipping of the berries and the cheese, and you can take honey and put a drop of lavender in that honey, and it is delicious. So don't be afraid to kind of go out of the box a little bit and try that. You can really get some tasty different, we're kind of foodies, so we love using our essential oils to cook and be able to experience some different flavors. As far as blending, I always like to tell you what essential oils blend with. So that doesn't mean you can't use them by themselves, but some oils blend naturally together. Sometimes it's fun to be able to try your own scents in the diffuser and those kind of things too. But there are some natural blends that just go together amazingly well. So lavender is going to blend really well with any citrus. One of my favorite things to blend it with at nighttime is wild orange. A very simple diffuser blend is lavender and wild orange in the diffuser. It's uplifting, but not in a way that keeps you awake. It creates a really, really peaceful sleep. You can also do that with citrus bliss or bergamot. Those are two other ones that it'll blend well with. And you can use that in the afternoon just to create a peaceful atmosphere at home as well, but I really like it at nighttime. The light aroma of it also makes it a really good companion to herbaceous oils like marjoram or basil, those kind of things. I really like it with lemon, and one of my favorite diffuser blends in the spring is lemon, lavender, rosemary, and patchouli. Those 4 oils together are really, really good. You want to use a little, like about 2 drops of lemon and lavender, and then just 1 of the rosemary and patchouli, but it's a really, really nice blend. So let's move on from lavender.
Julie?
Yes.
It's also part of a trio that you can use for seasonal threads.
Absolutely. Want to tell us about that?
Yes. So anybody that deals with seasonal threats, things that really bring some fogginess to your head, you sneeze a lot, cough a lot, whatever, you can add equal drops of lavender, lemon, and peppermint, topically. You can ingest it in a veggie cap, and it really helps maintain and disperse those seasonal threats. If you have problems with fur babies, but you got to have one, that's good to use on those as well.
On your fur baby or on yourself?
Absolutely. Use them on your fur baby and on yourself.
Really calming for dogs, especially.
Yes.
Great way to calm them down. Put it on their paws or down the back of their
back.
Right? Okay, let's go on to our next oil, which is Clary Sage. Clary Sage, now we call this the woman's oil, and that's because it has such a powerful impact on the cycle, but men can use Clary Sage and benefit from it as well. Clary Sage is a biennial or perennial herb that actually grows up to 6 feet in height, so it gets to be pretty big. In the Middle Ages, it was used for its benefits to the skin, and it's continued to be really popular for its topical benefits. So after a long day, we're going to talk about how we can use that to benefit. But first, I like to think of Clary Sage, because we just talked about lavender. You can really use it nicely in it. We talked about the lavender bath. You can really up your bath game by adding some Clary Sage to the lavender for a soothing bath. So that's great after a long day where you just want to relax. And here's why. There is these 2 oils together, Clary Sage and lavender, are really, I'm trying to find my cheat sheet here. They're both high in the property. We mentioned that lavender was high in linalool acetate. And so Clary Sage and lavender both contain the linalool acetate. And so because of that, these 2 oils paired together are some of the most powerful soothing and relaxing and calming oils. So when you put them together in the bathtub, you're going to get just an amazing relaxation. Don't take your phone in the bathtub and don't fall asleep and go under the water, but it really can calm and relax you just to kind of clear your head and settle down at night. So when it's been used, of course, through centuries for that calming and for the topical benefits on the skin, when you apply it topically, it's real calming and soothing to the skin. So again, it blends really well with lavender because they both have those properties, and the scent of the two of them together is heavenly. So you can also apply it to your hair and to your scalp. You can use it in shampoo or hair conditioner for healthy hair. And it also smells super feminine and light. It's just a really nice addition to whatever shampoo that you're using. When you use it at night, it's great in preparation for a restful night's sleep. So you can use it by itself. You can use it with lavender. You can mix it with some of the other things that we're going to give you here that are good pairings with it. One of my favorite blends we made a couple of years ago was called the Shine Blend. And we made it at our customer appreciation event. And it was amazing for just lifting. And it had frankincense and clary sage and some of the citrus oils in. So we're going to talk about those blends here at the end. During the menstrual cycle, you can rub 3 to 5 drops on the abdomen with fractionated coconut oil for a soothing massage. Now, I have heard that from personal friends that not only is it amazing during the cycle, which I use it for that as well, and keep in mind that it's in Clary Calm, the Clary Calm blend. This is not an oil. Clary Calm can be used throughout pregnancy. Clary Sage you want to avoid, especially during the first, second, and the first part of the 3rd trimester until it's almost time to give birth. But Clary Sage does an amazing job of balancing out those hormonal issues that we have. And so women that are struggling with postpartum depression and those kind of things as their hormones are unbalanced can find some nice support with Clary Sage by rubbing it over their abdomen, just like we rub it over there during our cycle. So you can also apply to your pulse points in the bottom of your feet for lingering stress. Again, super, super good to use at nighttime as well. I find it lifting during the day, but it's a good bedtime oil. Let's see, what else did we miss? Oh, the combination. We can do roller balls and diffuser blends with the citrus and frankincense that I mentioned to lift mood, or since this is Valentine's week, Clary Sage is a great oil for her, and sandalwood is a great oil for him for all of your couple needs this week. So you can get creative and use that in the diffuser. You can also use it for massage blends, and those two paired together are great for date night as well. So see if we missed anything else. Racing mind at bedtime. That is one of those things that your mind doesn't want to shut off at night, and everything from the grocery list to the report cards to everything you have to do tomorrow comes up. If your mind is racing, take some Clary Sage and apply it to your pillow at night for a restful night's sleep. You, of course, can rub it over your heart, just like many of the other oils. It's very effective that way. But this is one of my favorite oils, especially during the cycle. It just has a very feminine scent to it, and it does a good job of just bringing some nice balance. So the oils that blend well with it, specifically when we're talking about citrus, would be like lemon, lime, wild orange, citrus bliss, grapefruit, and then of course frankincense. Also good with cypress and geranium if you really like the florals. But remember, for his and hers, you want to mix it with sandalwood. Okay, let's go on to our next oil, which is Rōman chamomile. So Rōman chamomile, while Clary Sage grows to be almost 6 foot tall, Rōman chamomile grows close to the ground, and it only gets to be about a foot in height. So it has gray-green leaves, has flowers that resemble a daisy, and it smells like an apple, kind of. So the fun fact is that the word chamomile comes from the Greek word it's chamomile, I guess is how you pronounce it, CHAMAIMELON, which means earth apple, and because it has to do with the scent that it resembles an apple. So it has been nicknamed the plant's physician because it has positive effects on the plants growing nearby. And isn't that beautiful? The same thing it does for other plants, it does for us as well. This was an oil used by the Romans for courage during war. So we can use it today. It has a calming effect on our skin, our mind, our body. We find it a lot in teas. We hear of chamomile tea, and a lot of people will use that at night because of its calming effect before they go to sleep, or at a time that they're experiencing some anxiousness. But it can also be found a lot in face creams, drinks, shampoos, perfumes. Again, remember that things that it's put in don't always mean that it's the real plant particles that you're getting. So you can do some DIYs and make sure that you're using a good therapeutic grade Rōman chamomile to get the best benefits from it. So you can keep a bottle of it on hand and take a drop or two with water when your mind or your body need calming down. Day or night, it can help create feelings of comfort when you need it the most. So that's a good way to take it internally. Add it to water, add it to a hot beverage like tea at night for the calming that you crave. Also, it has immune supporting benefits. So when you add it to your water, you're also not just getting the calming, but it's good to support a healthy immune system as well. Apply it to the bottoms of your feet, or put it in the diffuser at the end of a long day. It also mixes well with lavender or with Clary sage. So it's beautiful that some of these work together. When you want to spend a peaceful evening at home, think about applying it to your wrists and to your neck. Again, remember that when you do that, you can bring around and smell and get the aromatic benefit from it as well. I love to apply oils over my heart. It's very grounding. And so for feelings of well-being, this is an oil that you want to put over your chest, over your heart. And then when you get out your Epsom salts, if you want a stress relieving bath and you want to mix it up a little bit, you can do, we already mentioned lavender and Clary sage. Rōman chamomile blends really well with Clary sage as well. So when you apply it to the bottoms of your feet at nighttime, if you want to go beyond the smell of just Rōman chamomile, you may want to try it with bergamot or with balance. So with balance, balance has blue chamomile in it. And so while it doesn't have the same scent to it, it blends really nicely with the Rōman chamomile and is real grounding and relaxing. So try some balance and Rōman chamomile together. I think I might put that in my diffuser tonight as well. All right, so let's hurry here through. We have about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to go through 2 more oils, and then we will be back for our next parts of this series because there's so many beautiful floral oils to talk about. So Ylang is an oil full of heart, and this is one of our co-impact sourcing oils. So dōTERRA follows the co-impact sourcing model. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we work with small-scale farmers who are able to keep their family businesses, and we take the best of their knowledge, the best of ours, and mix it together, helping them continue to own their own land, and we oversee the process to make sure that everything stays safe and uncompromised, and then every bottle of oil is tested when it arrives at dōTERRA before it's sent to the field. And so these partnerships are beautiful. We reject about 80% of the oils that are sent to us because the quality isn't up to par. But so many of these small scale farmers are producing an amazing, amazing crop. And instead of getting stuck by middlemen, dōTERRA enables them to get the most for their very hard labor. So this flower is harvested by women, by the hardworking natives of Madagascar, and it produces this beautiful, potent ylang essential oil. So ylang has been used for centuries in religious and wedding ceremonies. So it's a very romantic oil. We call it an oil full of heart because it is another great couples oil. It does have aphrodisiac properties for both men and women, but its benefits do not stop there. Some people are concerned or afraid of it, or maybe excited about that, but in any case, it has lots of other benefits besides that. It's especially good for lessening tension and stress and helping promote a positive outlook. I have one lady who I went to do a class for in her home, and she had that. She says she adds it to every diffuser blend. Her home smelled amazing. So it's really good on your skin. Refresh your skin with an aromatherapy steam facial using Ylang. Great for PMS support along with Clary Sage. You can use them individually or together. Apply to the neck and the abdomen, and you can mix some lavender in there as well. It's a great hair conditioner combined with fractionated coconut oil for a really deep hair conditioner. If you have some dry hair and you want a beautiful smell and a really, really nice deep conditioner, that's a great DIY place to start. So it supports the heart really well. I use it in my cardiovascular and blood pressure support blends. You can massage it over your heart daily, and I do put that in a roller ball, but sometimes I'll just put it on by itself. It can be taken internally as well. It blends really well with, and it also provides antioxidant support when it's taken internally. So you can do it with an Epsom salt bath like we talked about as well. And it blends really well with bergamot, geranium, grapefruit, lemon, marjoram, sandalwood, or vetiver for the diffuser. So there's a couple suggestions for you to mix it up a little bit. So the last oil we're going to talk about tonight, because we're almost out of time, is rose. And rose, we said for tonight's class, everything is coming up roses. And rose is one of the most exclusive oils that doTERRA has, one of the most expensive and exclusive oils. And here is why. It takes an astonishing 10,000 rose blossoms to produce just 5 milliliters of rose essential oil. That is crazy. 10,000 rose blossoms for that little teeny bottle. So rose is going to be a very, very important and prized oil that you can use for so many things. It's a very labor intensive process of harvesting. Let me give you a couple along with this because we are almost out of time. But for skin, for scars and wounds, for stimulating menstrual flow, for skin imperfections, this rose oil has the highest electromagnetic frequency of any oil, and so its ability to lift the body into a state of healing is amazing. So choose it for your skin, choose it for relaxation, and look at some of the blends that rose is into. We have some amazing blends that rose comes in. We're going to wrap it up for tonight, but I'm going to post the part 2 and on for this series because I really want you to get a good handle on these flowers. But don't be scared off by the price of rose. You can also look for it in the Healing Hands lotion blend, where 100% of the proceeds are donated to our Healing Hands projects all over the world to lift others. So rose lifts us and we can lift others. Thanks for joining in tonight. And I hope you can catch the replay if you didn't catch us live. And I will be back with more. Oh, wait, look, we ran out of time and now they gave us more time. Okay, so I'm gonna extend about 2 minutes here just to give you a little bit more of rose because I don't want to rush through this. Okay, this oil is used a lot in perfume. But in medieval Persia, which is now known as Iran, this is one thing I wanted to share with you. There was a Persian doctor from 980. He lived from 980 to 1037 AD. So this was a Persian doctor who wrote exclusively and extensively on health and wellness, and he's credited as the father of aromatherapy as we now know it. His name was Avicenna. He attempted various distillation methods using flowers, and he was eventually able to isolate the scent of the rose as well as to produce rose water, which is amazingly good for our skin. So we don't offer rose water, we have the rose oil instead, but rose water you can get for a lot of your make and takes and add it to a couple of drops of rose to even enhance the healing benefits. Rose is included, it is very labor intensive to distill it. And that's why it's called the Queen of the Flowers. So we have the frankincense is the king and rose is the queen. But it is, if you want to start out using rose and you're not sure where to begin, and you want to do it at a price point that's a little bit lower but still get some of the benefits, it's in many of doTERRA's proprietary blends. So some of the places that you could start would be doTERRA Console, Immortelle, and Whisper. Those are three of the places that you can get Rose in a blend instead of starting out with the singular oil. But the top properties of Rose are it's an antidepressant, it's an aphrodisiac, it's antispasmodic. We already mentioned that it stimulates or increases menstrual flow. That's called emmenagogue. I can't pronounce it. It's a long word, sorry. We'll just say what it does because you probably don't know how to pronounce it either, right? It's also a sedative and a tonic. Now, Rose is not normally thought of as a man's oil because it's a flower, but flowers are for guys too. And so Rose can be beneficial for men if they're needing semen production or impotency and they're struggling with those things. They can apply a drop of Rose to their navel and the bottoms of their feet, and it will assist men in those things as well. If you have someone who's suffering from seizures, Rose can be applied to the back of the neck to support that. That's one of the oils that you could choose for that. But it's a really, really powerful oil if you're dealing with grief or depression. That's why we find it in the Console blend, because it is amazing for soothing. So anything skin related that would be wound or scarring where you just want to give it a little extra support. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it has the ability to lift the frequencies in our body and to put us in the best possible shape for our bodies to heal themselves. So scars and wounds, Rose is one of those things that you really want to use. That's why we want to use Immortelle for some of those things. So Immortelle is a great thing to put in your diaper bag. And when you get those bumps and bruises on your little ones' heads or on yourself, Immortelle is a powerful thing to use in that because it has frankincense and rose along with a lot of other powerhouses in it as well. So remember that Rose comes in the new 5 milliliter, which is our most expensive oil, even more so than Melissa, but Rose also comes in the Rose Touch blend, and this is a little more affordable. It's either $70 or $75. So this is a great way to start out using it besides the rose lotion that we talked about. And you can also use points for those kind of things as well through our loyalty rewards program. We love applying doTERRA Rose Touch directly on skin imperfections in the morning and night. It not only will help reduce the appearance of skin imperfections, but it promotes a healthy, even skin tone and complexion. So a lot of your DIY skincare tonics have rose in them for that reason. It blends really, really well with geranium, lavender, litsea, neroli, and sandalwood. Those are some good blends for your rose oil. So now let me give you a little bit of science. And this might blow your mind a little bit, but I want to end with this. One of the top constituents of rose and geranium essential oils. So geranium, if you don't have rose to start out with, we call geranium poor man's rose. We're not really going into geranium tonight, but this is where they overlap a little bit. One of their top constituents is the monoterpene alcohol geraniol. So Egyptian researchers recently published a few years ago in September 2015 their findings from an experimental non-clinical study that orally ingested geraniol positively affects multiple biochemical pathways in the colon. So these pathways are involved in maintaining the health of colon cells. Not surprisingly, geranium is one of the oils that we find in the Zendocrine detoxification blend because it helps with the pathways in the colon. And when we take Zendocrine, that's one of the oils that we use on the cleanse that a lot of us have been doing because it helps clear those pathways that get congested. So an important aspect of digestive health is microbial balance in the colon, the large intestine. So incredibly, there are over 10 million different types of bacteria in the colon, 10 million. Many of these bacteria are beneficial, but some of them are not. A proper balance of the different types of bacteria in the gut is crucial for both colon and digestive health. In a preliminary preclinical study, Italian researchers found that ingested geraniol effectively supports healthy microbial balance. That was in a study in March 2016. So geraniol is the top component of both rose and geranium oils, and it's known to support colon health. So if you're looking to support your colon and your gut, rose you can also take and rub like right on your lower stomach and support your colon in that way too. So skin, there's so many positive benefits of this oil. And this is definitely one of those things that is a must for skin, but you can see that's not all it's good for. It has some other amazing benefits as well. So I want to leave you wanting more, not worn out from the stuff that we've talked about. So we're going to stop with those 5 oils tonight. And then I will post the date for the follow-up to this so that you can learn more about your other floral oils. So we're in this, I know spring's not here yet and it's kind of like dreary winter still, but we can still embrace flowers and have ourselves not like weighed down by the winter wear out when we smell these beautiful floral components. It lifts our moods. It reminds us that spring is coming. So thanks for joining in tonight. Talk to you all soon. And if you're not catching right now, I hope you'll catch the replay and share this with your friends too, because there's important information in here that we all need to know, even if we're not getting a bouquet on Valentine's Day, right? Happy Valentine's Day.